I'm experiencing the growing realization that Donald Trump is likely going to be the most thin-skinned president we've maybe ever had. And we saw this with the Hamilton Mike Pence example, where the cast of the play Hamilton had a message for Mike Pence that was incredibly respectful, and Donald Trump going on a Twitter tirade talking about how safe spaces must be enforced in Broadway theaters, etc. Another example is the constant tweeting about Donald Trump clearly being triggered by Saturday Night Live, and specifically Alec Baldwin's impression of Trump. Trump actually tweeted after Alec Baldwin again did that great impression over the weekend, just tried watching Saturday Night Live. Unwatchable, totally biased, not funny. And the Baldwin impersonation just can't get any worse. Sad. Well, Alec Baldwin has now responded also on Twitter, which I guess is going to be the official communications platform of the incoming presidency, by offering to stop the impressions if Donald Trump will do something. What is that thing? Real Donald Trump, release your tax returns and I'll stop. Ha. Trump in October blasted Saturday Night Live's presidential debate skit as a, quote, hit job. I know this is sort of a silly thing and not big news in and of itself. Trump doesn't like Alec Baldwin's impression of him, but it's important because it is yet another way in which Donald Trump is not really the free speech guy. Jail or losing citizenship for burning flags is something Trump suggested last week. That is not a pro-free speech position, particularly when flag burning has been constitutionally protected. It is a constitutionally protected action as confirmed by the Supreme Court on numerous occasions. No understanding or sensibility for satire from Donald Trump. Wants to strengthen the ability to sue media outlets for libel. This is the level where politics is operating in our country right now. It's shameful, and especially, Pat, when you consider that Trump is too busy for intelligence briefings. I told you last week, Trump has been turning away president-elect intelligence briefings in record numbers. He has plenty of time to tweet about satirical programs. This is very concerning.
Well, I'm also just glad that Alec Baldwin and others are continuing to press him even after the election about releasing his tax returns.
Yeah.
Because at some point over his presidency, the audit by the IRS is going to be up, and
Sure.
he's going to have no lame excuses left.
Yeah, I like that. You're assuming we're ever going to hear about those audits again from Donald Trump, as if that wasn't just an excuse to not release the tax returns. I'm sure in 2017, Trump's going to say, hey, everybody, the audits are done. Here, have my tax returns. That is not going to happen.
Well, he's going to have to come up with some more even lamer excuse, and I think that's the point.
He'll say, I'm not running for anything. Why do I need to release my tax returns? I wonder if Alec Baldwin is happy that now he can do the Trump character for the next 4 years at least, or if he wanted to put the entire thing to bed. I have no idea if I would want this to continue, Pat, or if I'd want it to end.
I mean, there's other people at SNL who could take over and do just as good of a Donald Trump impression.
As far as the taxes are concerned, Trump can take the embarrassment of SNL, clearly begrudgingly, right? Under protest, he'll accept that this is probably going to continue. But clearly, whatever is in those tax returns is just too unbearable for Donald Trump to give it up. He would much rather continue dealing with and tweeting about the Alec Baldwin Trump impression, which I find to be good. I don't actually think it's great. I think it's funny. I think the material is good, like what he says is good. But I don't think it's, if I had to rank this as far as an impression, I don't give it a 10. I think I give it about a 7 and 7.5.
Yeah, I think it's decent. The actor who played Trump before Alec Baldwin came around, I think was a little bit better.
I don't know who that was. Do you know the
I don't
name?
either.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All right. So anyway, Trump clearly going to be the most thin-skinned president likely in the history of the United States, at least in the modern era, certainly in the last 100 years. Today's program is made possible in part by Blue Apron. I've talked before about some of the meals I've cooked with Blue Apron. This week, I actually had a really, really great Thai green coconut curry with sweet potato and jasmine rice, which I cooked myself. And for me, the greatest thing about Blue Apron, there's really two great things. Number one, it's if I depend on my own creativity for cooking dinners, by the time it actually gets to the day to go grocery shopping, I basically go back to like the 8 or 9 dishes that I regularly cook. So variety is not exactly my strong suit when I'm picking meals. So it's great that Blue Apron actually has a rotating menu. They don't repeat recipes at all within the year. And number two, I hate food waste. And I've talked about this so many times before. When we look at how much food is just thrown out, and this includes before it even gets to supermarkets, by grocery stores, by individuals who buy too much or forget they had X or Y ingredient left in their fridge. Blue Apron gives you the exact amount of each ingredient that you need for the recipes, and you completely eliminate food waste. And I really like that. And for less than $10 per meal, you'll get seasonal recipes, pre-portioned ingredients, and it really is great. Also on the menu this month, brown butter and chestnut gnocchi with Brussels sprouts and pea shoot salad. And you can check out the entire menu and get 3 free meals and free shipping on those meals at blueapron.com/Pakman. That's blueapron.com/PAKMAN.